Um, okay, next one is the direction of the relationship. What are the properties of the direction with respect to the relationship in the case of model view? You have single and both. Look here, I just go here, click on the model view and the relationship, right? You click on any one of them. I just double click on it. It will open up the wizard, and here you can see that the highlighted one, right? Order date and date column got created the relationship. Based on this, the relationship got created. Okay, and here, and if you see here, cross filter direction, there is something called cross filter direction. Just beneath that, you can see single. When you click on the drop down, you can see both. So I'm talking about this one, the direction of the relationship. Okay, so single direction and the unidirection relationship. But if you see my current model, I just close this one. Yeah. And if you go here, almost all the dimension tables, like a customer dimension table, location dimension, product dimension table, dim date table, right? You can see all the things are flowing down from your dimension table to your fact table only, right? I just, this is for another session. By default, when you drag and drop a column from your dimension table to fact table, that is a single, the cross filtration is single, right? The default one is single. Look here, the one side of the table is customer dimension. The many side, the sales fact, you can see star here. You can see down arrow here. When I hover the cursor on top of this one, you can see cust ID column got highlighted in both the tables. So, the customer ID from the customer dimension table is flowing down to your sales fact table. Similarly, the location dimension. I think I covered this one also in the last session, but I don't remember it. Anyhow, since you requested to repeat the active topic, I repeat this one also in case I did not cover. Look here, the arrow is pointing downwards. Here the arrow is pointing downwards, and similarly, here also. It is pointing downwards. By default, it's a unidirection, a single direction. Okay, now there is a requirement. For example, you have to create a report wherein you need to show how many number of customers purchase in how many number of locations. For example, today I'm in Chennai, and right, so this upcoming Monday I'll be in Bangalore. So in Chennai, as long as I'm in Chennai, I purchase something. But when I go to Bangalore, I make purchases in Bangalore shop there also, right? A single customer can buy products from different cities or the different places. So, for example, somebody wants to know how many places Satya purchase the products. Okay, let's say you have Reliance shop is available in Chennai, and Bangalore also it is there. So how many number of products I bought it in Chennai Reliance, and how many number of products I bought it in Bangalore Reliance. In that case, you need to use the customer dimension table to filter your location dimension table. But there is no direct relationship exists between these two tables. But there is no direct relationship exists between these tables. The reason is the customer dimension table has a relationship with sales fact table. The location dimension table has a direct relationship with sales fact table. But there is no relationship exists between customer dimension, location dimension table. Because there are no common column exists between these two tables. So what can I do now? So now what happens, right? The customer dimension is filtering the sales fact table, and location dimension is filtering this table. These two tables, even though they don't have direct relationship, still there is a possibility that you can, filter, this, you can use this table to filter this table, okay, by enabling the bidirectional relationship. It's something like, because these two tables got linked with a common table called sales fact table. So this guy, contacts this guy, and this guy contact this guy. And supposing if this guy wants to know about this guy, he can get to know that information why are this table about this guy? Okay. But here, since these dimension tables are filtering your sales fact table directly, right? And but the so if you want the customer dimension to table to filter this table, right? So you need to enable the bi-direction relationship between these two tables. For example, I just double click on it. And then here single, I'm going to make it both. I just hit OK now. Now you can see that there is a bi-direction relationship got created between the location dimension sales fact table. Right. So now if you go here and then I just create visual, table visual. The customer dimension table, I have the customer name. Okay. I just drag and drop it here. These are the customer name. And then now I go to the location dimension table. In the location dimension table, I just drag and drop the location key. The whole idea here is we want to see Chris purchased in how many cities. Okay. By dragging and dropping itself, we can see something. But here we don't want the key to be displayed here. I just click on the location key and here I'm going to click on the count. How many number of times the Chris is appearing in the locations? 7 locations Chris purchased. Hemal purchased in 6 different cities. John purchased in 5 different cities. So now you understood how you can enable the filtering between the customer dimension and location dimension. Even though you don't have relationship, still you are able to use the customer dimension table to filter the location dimension table. That is possible because these two dimension table, they filters the sales fact table, the common table sales fact table by enabling the bi-direction relationship between sales fact and the location dimension. So this table can filter this table. Now this table can filter back this table. If you don't enable the bi-direction, what will happen? This customer dimension can filter this one, location dimension table can filter this one, but this table cannot filter this table. So if this table filter this table, and if this table filters back this one, in that case, right, you can get the, you can do the, you can filter, this one with this one. Okay, next, requirement is, so each location, how many customers they purchased. Each location, how many customer they purchased. So again, there are no relationship exists between these tables. So you need to use this table to filter this one. Okay, what I will do is I just go here, I just create another visual. And here I'm going to use the location name. This time location and how many customer they purchased. Cust ID, I just use cust ID. And I'm going to select the drop down here and then I just make it count. You can see that all the locations 6 customers purchase. There is something wrong here. Right, 666, there is something wrong here because these two tables, the customer dimension table location, it does not have any relationship exists between these two. So what I do is I just go back here, I just double click on this. I'm going to enable this to both. Now the unidirection became bi-direction. You can see down arrow and up arrow. And if you go back here, so this one will get changed. Now you can see that in Bangalore, 4 customer purchased, in Chennai, 5 customers purchased, and Delhi 5 and Hyderabad 3 customers purchased. Got it? So that is what the difference, the bi-direction and unidirection. So now the situation is everything works fine, but here bidirectional relationship exists between these tables. We have manually enabled the bidirectional relationship. The cross filter direction, both we enable it manually. That is not the best practice. Why? Because when you enable the bidirectional relationship manually by double clicking on it, and then if you go here and setting it in the cross filter direction, we change to both, right? That is not the right way of doing it. Though you can create the required or the desired reporting output format, right? That is possible, but that is not the best practice. The reason is it will literally slow down your performance. What Microsoft recommends is, right, don't enable bidirectional relationship or don't configure it manually. So again, right, in that case, you need to create a DAX measure. Okay, I just click on the report view and then I go to the modeling ribbon and I'm going to create a new measure. Here also I'm going to use, for example, cross filter by location. We'll use the location. Okay. This is a measure name. You can give some meaningful name. Okay. Calculate function. Here I'm going to use count function, not the sum function. And here what I do is cust ID. Okay. Customer ID. And comma, you have something called cross filter function. Like use relationship, you have something else called cross filter function. You cannot use cross filter function directly. You have to use it inside your calculate function only. Here what I do is I just say dim location. Okay, you need to okay, sorry. Here the dim location key, comma, sales fact table, location key. No. Here dim customer, because we are customer ID, comma, and here I just sales fact table cust ID. Okay, and sorry, cust ID, comma, you have both, none, one way left, one way right. So I just select both here, bidirectional relationship. Okay. So, and for the calculate, I'm going to put one more parenthesis. What I do is to make it more readable, I keep the cursor, just before the cross filter function. I'm holding the Alt key and then press enter so that it'll come to the next line. I just make it like this. So now it looks readable. And what you do here is this parenthesis also hold the Alt key and bring it to the next line. Okay, so that it will be more readable. And usually what we do, even this one, we'll put it somewhere like this. So it will be more readable. And here what we are doing is the cross filter function dynamically, it enables the relationship between these tables as both, which means bidirectional relationship until this calculation is done. Once this calculation is done, this one will become single unidirection. If your tables are having unidirection, the performance will be faster. Okay, and if but not all the time it is for not all the requirements, right? You can use unidirection. There are some cases you have to use bidirectional relationship. Yes, you can use it. Use the cross filter function to enable the bidirectional relationship between the tables using the key columns as both. Both means bidirectional relationship. So in that case, only when the need is only when you have a need, right? You are going to enable the bidirectional relationship. Once your need is fulfilled, you are going to reset it back to single direction. Okay. So dynamically you are switching from unidirectional to bidirection. That is what this one does until this calculation. Once this calculation done, on the fly, it resets it back to the single direction. So I just click on the tick mark here or press enter. It will get executed. In case of any syntax, it will throw an error. So remember this thing, cross fill by location. Okay, I just click on the cross fill by location. This is the one I created, right? I just drag and drop this measure, the one which I created recently. You can see that both of them display the same thing here. Now I just go back to the thing here. And then what I do is I'm going to disable. I'm going to, sorry, not disable. I'm going to switch it back to single direction so that it is not a manual. Manually, we have configured as a default one, the unidirection relationship. If I go back to the report, you can see this one, right? It shows correct value, 4, 5, and all. But here it shows something 6, 6 because I reset it back to what? The single direction. But here I made it bi-direction relationship. Okay. So now you don't need this column. You can have only this column. Okay. So in this case, we use the measure wherein the cross filter function, the built-in function, we used it. But right, with the help of this one, we don't need to manually configure the bidirectional relationship between the tables. In this example, the sales fact and customer dimension table, we don't have to configure manually the bidirectional relationship. Okay, hence there is no need of having so. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it as it is because if I share this file, you can go and practice it. Okay, I just click on the file and save. Now I believe all of you guys are able to understand, right? So what is cross filter directions all about? So this cross filter direction is specific to Power BI. Okay, even the active and inactive relations of, it is related to Power BI only. There is nothing called active and inactive relationship when it comes to universal data modeling concept. Similarly, this one. This is specific to Power BI. So hope you understood what is cross filter direction both, right? Bidirectional relationships.